It's the Opie and Anthony Show. We're pretty much running the place at this point, and it feels good. It's a weird day yesterday, Louis. Louis C.K. in studio. They fired pretty much everybody. There's no one left here.
Jesus, really?
No joke.
Wow.
The company did some cutbacks.
Wow.
A lot of people were affected.
Yeah, over the past, couple of weeks, we really have no boss left. Nobody.
Jesus. Radio is brutal. It's really like a two-man enter, one-man leave thing in this.
Yeah.
Underdome.
And a lot of fine people got fired, by the way. A lot of people I've worked with over the years, so I'm not trying to make light of it. But the fact is, at this point, we're running the place.
Right.
We don't have a program director. We don't have a general manager.
Oh, my God.
We don't have most of the sales staff. Their heads were chopped off. We don't even
What
have
about the woman with the things?
The body, yes. Tracy, she
gone.
She's gone?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have a shot with her now. Has knees.
No, she's probably too depressed. I mean, I was very attracted to her, too. Really.
Yeah. No, she was nice.
If a computer goes down, there's no one here to fix it anymore.
Wow.
I'm spraying water all over the board because I did something stupid. We don't have an engineer to fix the board if it goes out. I mean, this place is like, I don't know.
It's like rudderless now.
Yeah, it's like a ghost town.
But this is like CBS radio, isn't it? Here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, no, you would think this is like a college radio station where you have some,
the Tiffany Network.
Yeah. Like,
Columbia, whatever that means, broadcasting.
Columbia Broadcasting System.
yeah, college radio is better staffed at this point. You got the sophomore that's just learning about electronics, so you're like, all right, fix the board. Good luck to you.
Soldering iron.
Really long pause between the introduction of the song. Oh, so this is Flaming Lips, and then you hear
Hey, we want to get we want to get right into this. Louis C.K. did some radio up there in Cleveland. What, you called into a radio show?
I called into Cleveland. I was doing like a few in a row, and then this one was. I actually thought it was Buffalo, and I say Buffalo a couple of times.
Oh, good. Because to you don't know, and you don't.
No,
care.
I have no idea. And the thing is, they didn't even call me on it. They said nothing about me saying Buffalo. I realized.
Really?
At the end, they said, anyway, we'll be glad to see you in Cleveland. I was like, oh, well, this is Cleveland?
Oh, Cleveland?
Yeah.
I thought this was Buffalo.
Oops.
Well, you called the Maxwell Show. We've had problems with this show in the past. Not real problems, because we slap them around and then we throw them back into obscurity.
Right.
So they kind of get excited every once in a while when we bring up their names, but relax.
Yeah.
You're back to obscurity by Monday.
Yeah.
This show, the last time we talked about him, they claim that this pothead that's on the show is funnier than Jim Norton. So all right, this is what we're gonna do. We're talking to a hell of a lot more people than this dumb radio show, right? We put out the challenge. We're like, look, send us 5 minutes of you being funny. Yeah. And then we'll let our listeners decide how funny you really are. And then, of course, he had some weird reason why he couldn't do it and stuff. Sure. I guess he didn't want to. He didn't want his great talent to be exposed to a giant audience,
No.
Basically, we called them out for the phonies they are, is what it comes down to.
And then he has problems with Louis, who's a great comic. It's amazing to me. It's almost like the greatest crime this guy commits is that he's not a funny guy. I don't care if you want to crap talk us, we'll crap talk you. But the curse of him is that he's just not a funny dude, and he tries to be a moralistic guy about what humor is appropriate. He's just what he is. He's a big fat slob who has a one place that he feels comfortable and in charge. And you, a brilliantly funny dude, calls up. You have no idea who he is. You don't even know what city he's in.
Yeah.
Do you understand? You don't know the city he was in.
Right.
And that showed him, this is who I am.
Yeah.
Right.
This is a guy who's at his own show. HBO specials. He has no idea who I am or where I am.
Yeah, and besides not being funny, they try to make believe there's some kind of edgy show, but they're using fake radio voices. They're like, a lot because they're uncomfortable to be in front of a live microphone.
He's the fake name, Maxwell. That's a cool guy, hardcore.
Hey, I'm Maxwell.
Are you?
Maxwell what?
Stop. What's your last
name? Can I call you Max?
I use a fake name.
No, you don't, but yours is not a radio name. Yours is a name from childhood.
Ugh.
Yours is a nickname, but that's
stuck
different,
with.
though.
I hate this name.
Nah,
I hate it, I do.
Everyone knows your name.
I got it when I was 12.
Oh, sweetie, don't be
I'm
upset.
now pushing 30. I hate this.
Pushing 30.
That's right, plus 12.
80-year-old Opie. That's going to be something.
That's what I'm saying, Lou.
Yeah, that's where you're headed. It's okay.
So, let's get right to the audio. Louis couldn't wait to, send this in to us. And Maxwell looks like a complete dope. And he's, of course, the guy that invented this brilliant thing.
And punt.
See, he'll make fun of you.
Right.
And then he'll
and punt.
because he's done.
Punt.
Because he's done, because the defense did their job and now you got to punt.
Oh.
That's his like hardcore way of going. End of story. Almost like the eviscerating is done.
Yeah. Well, when I went on, as soon as they came on, like I'm just waiting. Somebody comes on. You're going to be on the air in a minute, and I'm like, okay. And then I hear them come back from the air, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna like one of those guys who just there's a lot of silence, and then he's like, all right, we're back here. Kind of talking like that, and I was like, this is odd. The first thing I say to the guy is, you guys are weird, just because it's such a strange...
He's trying to be too cool for the room.
Yeah. And he doesn't talk in his natural voice.
No.
He talks in a radio guy voice.
We don't respect any radio show that has to, do the fake radio
voice.
Bob Kelly here, too. I'm sure you have some experience talking to radio shows across America, so pipe in when you can, all right?
Yeah.
Here's Louis C.K.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just trying to move it along because we're running out of show here.
Yeah.
Louis C.K. on the phone with this Maxwell show up there in Cleveland.
It's kind of frustrating.
Or else you would close the door, get privacy, and meanwhile they go jump out the window like Eric Clapton's stupid baby.
Oh, now see that right there. That's what I'm saying. Now see, Stansbury thinks that. I think that's a terrible joke.
Yeah, it happened forever and a day ago, man.
I don't care. I really don't care.
You know what I mean? God gave that guy one really good talent. He can play the guitar. He wrote a great song about it. Made $1 million.
I don't care.
$1 million.
I don't care about any of it. I don't care about any of it.
He's trying to say how it's a terrible joke as he's laughing.
He's laughing at the joke. The thing also to keep in mind is that the setup to this is not, I don't do a joke about Eric Clapton. This guy said that I shouldn't make fun of my kids on stage. And I said, why? And he said, well, I have a baby, so... And I just went after him. I just went after him and I said, oh, that's really sweet. You got a little baby. Do you have any idea what you're headed for? And I just started talking about being a parent. And this bit is about how you can't crap in private when you have kids. If you're watching your kids by yourself and it's time to crap, you have to gather them in the bathroom to watch you. Because otherwise, if you do it with your door, you're in the bathroom with the door closed. Meanwhile, they're walking off out the window like Eric Clapton's stupid baby. Yeah, I call him stupid. I don't care. He's dead.
But that's the point of the bit.
So that's the point of the bit is how much pressure you live with as a father. He laughed at it.
Of course, he
kept me on the air for another 5 to 10 minutes. By the way,
but the bottom line is just the fact that he has a baby, he thinks makes him
that makes it important to him to be offended.
Yeah, and he's just a phony.
Yeah, but he takes part in the joke. He actually makes a joke about how Eric Clapton made money. He thinks he made $1 million. I think he made a little more than that.
$1 million. He's like Dr. Evil. $1 million. Exactly. It's a lot of money to him.
But and then and he asked me for marital advice, and I gave it to him, and everyone laughed for another 5 to 10 minutes after I said that, and then they hung up. And the instant he hung up, he turned on me.
Yeah, well, that's what most of these radio guys do.
Just weirdly phony.
We've had horrific comments.
I would have been happy to field to the comments on
Sure.
Yeah.
And actually, he says to me there, you shouldn't have made that joke. What if you're, I don't know if you were going to play that, but he said, the next thing he said, what if your baby fell out of a window? Would you laugh at it? I'm like, no, but I assume other people would.
Yeah. That's exactly it. Louis makes complete sense in this situation.
I mean, I wouldn't laugh at my own baby dying, but
others would.
Folks have at it.
And you understand that.
You would.
Enjoy the show.
Nothing worse than some pompous
my friend Bob will make fun of my dead baby.
Would be laughing. But whenever
exactly.
Here's another telltale sign of an unfunny guy is to start dictating what subjects are appropriate.
Right.
It's like that is...
He's got his list, yeah.
You know how gamblers have a tell?
Yeah.
The tell of an unfunny person, besides the silence after jokes, is when they try to dictate morally what's appropriate.
Yeah.
Based on their morality or what they find important, that 10-minute segment.
There are some guys that you go in, they tell you this guy isn't like this. He's very... And you're like, okay, I get it. I'll do my stuff, but I get how he is. But when you go into these places where they're supposed to be edgy, they're supposed to be hip and cool, and they kind of suck you in, and then you're kind of doing your thing, and they're with you, and then to trash you after is like, it's
so
just
lame.
ridiculous.
That's a worse move. We've had horrific confrontations with people where it's uncomfortable for everyone,
right,
but at least it's a real moment.
Totally, it's real.
For the most part, we don't talk bad about you after you leave the studio. I'm sure somebody will come up with a time maybe we did that, but in general, man, our track record is pretty damn good. We've had fist fights on the air. We've had all sorts of horrific things happen. I hate this guy.
Someone should hike his baby and punt.
And as soon as you start deciding what's funny, like because you have a kid, you're finished as an as an edgy jock, which you're not.
No.
You're just faking it.
What is the next clip that
let's go right into it here. I don't know. I think it continues.
Now, okay, let me ask you this. What if your kid jumps out the window? Are you going to laugh when a comedian makes a joke about your kid jumping out the window?
No, of course not. But I assume other people will, because what do they care about my stupid kid?
There you go. A great
I
laugh.
wouldn't laugh about my own kid jumping out a window, but that's my kid. Not your kid. I hope you do laugh.
Oh, okay. Right.
I like his approach.
I like it. All right.
You know.
I feel like there's healing happening here. Now,
what a phony voice. Right. He actually, I like his approach. Like,
no, he's totally on my side.
Yeah, but that's schmarmy too. What he's saying, it's like I like his approach.
Right.
Like if it was I like the angle he's taking. It's not the typical angle. He's not just being you're being a little smart. I approve. Here's what I like his approach is about. He tried to call you on something, but not harshly.
Right.
Because basically he's one of those guys.
He's still being friendly.
Of course he is.
It actually felt to me like he's setting me up. Like he's enjoying this.
Yeah.
And he's playing the other guy.
Right.
Hey, should you have said that? And I go, okay, here, I'll knock that out of the park. Let's enjoy that.
But he really was being a douche.
And he's not funny. He's not a funny dude. So what happens was he said something and you had a very funny, honest answer. And then being an unfunny radio hack, he goes, yeah. Because he couldn't combat it.
He didn't, exactly.
He couldn't combat it.
Exactly.
That's what you are.
So wait a minute, play what happens next. I don't know how you got these lined up, but.
No, I think we got it pretty organized because it gets better and better because as soon as Louis hangs up, then you get the quote, real delicious. Maxwell. Watch out. Had the chance to really go at it with you while you were still on the phone.
Would have been happy. Yep.
Well, hey, Louis, thank you so much, man. We
thank
appreciate
you so
it. You're going to be here in Cleveland February 15th.
And then he plugs you.
Yeah, well.
And then he plugs you.
You know how many times we said, you know what, go F yourself, F your show.
Yes.
You know, and just keep kicking you as you're trying to leave the studio.
Yes.
This guy turns around and gives the plug
gave me an infomercial.
Like a good little radio boy.
Yes.
You're a little radio boy.
Good boy, Maxwell.
Good
Give
boy.
the plug. Good boy.
Good boy. Just don't want to get in trouble with the local comedy club that's sponsoring it, right? Good little boy. Good little boy.
Fat shill.
Okay. Well, hey, Louis, thank you so much, man. We appreciate it. You're going to be here in Cleveland February 15th. You can still buy a ticket.
Somebody told me this was Buffalo. This is horse. This is Cleveland?
Yeah, Cleveland.
Oh, I'm actually looking forward to that.
And they laughed.
Yeah.
They laughed.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Cleveland is awesome. I can't wait for that show. That's going to be awesome. Thanks, guys.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it.
Now remember, I appreciate a lot.
Thank
you.
Appreciate it.
Not, hey, Louis, you're not funny.
Yeah.
We're not plugging your gig because you suck, like an honest guy would have said.
Plug it. Give me money in my pocket with your listeners going to my show. Yeah. Thank me. Tell me how much you appreciate it, and then this.
All right, get ready. Here it comes.
And this is where we expose the little radio boy. Now Louis has hung up the phone.
Coward.
Had the chance to really go at it with Louis, which, by the way, would be great radio.
Would have been awesome for his show.
People aren't turning it off.
No, of course not.
They're gonna listen to every single word. By the way, no one brought this to our attention. You had to tell Sam. Which means no one out there that listens
even heard it,
even heard it.
It's
usually when one of you guys,
no one's listening.
Usually when one of you guys gets in a situation,
somebody in your world
immediately.
Yes. Yeah.
So you hung up, and this is what happened, and this is where I pretty much hate every radio guy.
Yeah, nice little save there at the end. Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, man, it's still
the voice changes.
Right.
I gotta tell you. Now it's time for my man cow impression.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
You know what it is, too? Because he knows he has to go home and look at his stupid wife, and she'll probably go, why didn't you call him on the baby?
I was looking at in our baby's eyes when he was saying that awful stuff, and it's your show, and you let him.
I was so startled that I threw it out the window.
I gotta tell you, the voice changes no more. Thank you, Louis.
And they have a black guy on the show called Cracker Man. You know, because white people are crackers.
That's funny.
That's the switcheroo. That's the old switcheroo.
Sure
yeah.
Is. If you look left, they go right, these guys. They're unpredictable.
That's great.
Ed Maxwell's a funny guy. In charge.
That's good. What's the white chick's name?
And punt.
And punt.
So listen how the voice changes from, to his man cow impression.
Yes.
He had a nice little save there at the end. Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, man, still, though, at the end of the day, making fun of Eric Clapton's kid falling to his death is not funny.
You laughed at it, ass.
Yeah.
I agree.
Who's the broad?
The Hole.
Wait, they have
It's just called The Hole.
Yeah.
It's just called The Hole.
The showstopper.
I agree.
Who's
Yes, the breaks.
Who's the broad?
You listen to your stupid PD. They said you need a woman to balance everything out, you dope.
Ew.
The woman on a radio show, which amounts to that big, greasy, sweaty hand on the locomotive brake handle. And sparks just fly out of the wheels.
Luggage vaulted towards the front of the car.
Yeah, that's what
Ladies
she
with
is.
nice hats go screaming.
Oh! So she added to this by saying, I agree.
Of course she did.
That's terrific. You're getting paid way too much, honey. You skirt.
Yeah.
But of course you agree, you silly, typical broad. Of course you do.
Oh.
Make some cookies and serve them to Fatso with apnea. I have a baby. Do you?
I gotta tell you.
I gotta say.
Now that it's safe in here, I gotta really tell you what's going on.
And who's Eric Clapton?
Just a boy.
Who's Eric Clapton?
Well, here's the thing. He gets what's weird. I don't know if you have the turn on here where he says that because he's kind of taking it from his own guy. Starts saying it wasn't that big a deal.
Oh, good. Let's hear it.
Good.
I think it's right here.
I agree.
I mean, come on, Stansbury. At least give me that. That's not funny. Kids falling out of open windows and splattering on the ground is like.
Well, I mean, he didn't paint that whole picture for you.
Well, but that's what happened. He fell out of a skyscraper, right, in New York City, right?
Yeah, he walked out of the window, yeah.
I mean, dude, that's not funny, regardless of whose kid it is.
Well, why did you laugh at it?
Why'd you laugh?
Well, he did it on your show.
The guy with him on the show, actually, I really like this guy from listening to this stuff, because the other guy actually totally puts up a fight and says, hey, I maybe I wouldn't laugh at it, but I don't begrudge somebody else laughing at it. And you're making way too big a deal out of it.
Stansfield, the guy he works with, is not as bad. Like, he's a guy, the first time we went to a fight with this guy, he's like, he's just kind of siding with, he knows that the Maxwell he's working with is just his guy. He has to side with him. Right. So he's not as bad. Like, I don't think.
But by the end of this craziness, and you'll see how bad it gets, he actually says he doesn't think he should be he almost fires him on the air. He says the fact that you find this funny means that you're a turd, and I'm actually questioning working with you. Like, he says that seriously.
Oh, good. Well, here we go.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think you even have to be in the situation. I think a kid falling to his death is not funny out of a window. Just like Puddle of AIDS jokes aren't funny.
I don't think listen to me.
Oh,
that's Jimmy.
Hey, what is that about?
But listen to the rest of that, because there's something really absurd about it. Listen right for a second.
Puddle of AIDS jokes aren't funny.
I don't think listen to me.
Do you have to have AIDS to know that AIDS jokes aren't funny?
No.
Wait, keep watching.
So what's the difference?
Oh,
Puddle of AIDS, funny. No, puddles of AIDS are not funny.
All right, stop there. Puddles of AIDS don't exist.
They don't exist.
Puddles of AIDS are not funny. When I'm walking to work and I see puddles of AIDS, that's not funny to me.
They don't exist, you silly radio boy.
What an ass.
You silly local car salesman. They
And
don't exist.
if you understood humor, that's what is funny, where you invented a puddle of AIDS. You dope.
Puddle of AIDS does exist if a gay couple's baby falls out a window.
See, now I just gotta put them both together like that. Baby falling in puddles of AIDS.
I love the way
now it's too far.
I love the way puddles of AIDS is immediately associated. Everybody knew Jim Norton.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I know, but that's my line. You're associated. Puddle of
And
AIDS.
he doesn't
Jim
like
Norton.
me. And the problem is, not only do I not like him, but I don't respect him in the comedic sense at all.
No, of course not.
That's the worst, is I don't respect him comedically. Yeah. A puddle of AIDS is a non-existent thing.
Yes.
Silly boy.
Yeah.
Silly radio boy who doesn't
You're
have the
taking
courage.
the darkest, worst most sort of vilified disease of our time and making a puddle of it. Yes. There's nothing funnier than that in the world.
Someone to
in
slip
the world.
In it. Like to not only say like there's a puddle of age, put a rope around
but
it.
I hope you have a wacky slip of the foot
and fall in it and go, oh my God, I'm in a puddle of AIDS.
Yes.
It's a banana
and
peel
wipe
joke.
it out of your eyes like a Three Stooges person. Yeah.
But you know what though? It's almost like if you want, this is why I don't put content restrictions, because the Three Stooges, who are some of the funniest things ever, when you break it down, I mean, it's not funny to cave somebody's head in with a brick or to jab somebody. No. Is it funny to blind somebody with your fingers? No. See, that's what happens. That's what I'm just explaining to Fat Local Pig in Cleveland. Yeah. That when you break down humor like that, that's what happens. Nothing is technically that funny when you break it down like that. Not. That's why you're not a funny guy, because you don't understand that.
All right, with that, we got one more clip here.
It's really not the end of the world.
But when I asked him about it, his claim was, I would expect other people to make fun of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it was my kid, it wouldn't be funny. Well, guess what? That's not my kid, and I don't think it's funny because I have a heart. Now, maybe there's just some things you don't do for a laugh, dude. Maybe that's it. Maybe you just go, you know what?
Which is everything in his book.
Yeah, the thing that's really important here, though, I wish you had this clip, but I don't know where the hell it is. But he says in one of the segments, because he went on for 2 hours. This went on for 2 hours, that he only talked about how angry this made him, to the point that he's actually talking about firing the people around him because they're not agreeing. But he says at one point, he goes, don't get me wrong, the thing he did on the air was funny. The thing, the way he used the reference here, I laughed at that. He says that twice. He says, it's the part, he says on his HBO special, this dude does a whole bit about Eric Clapton, and I've seen it, and that's what I was offended by. He made it up. I've never the one time in my life I've mentioned Eric Clapton with my face and mouth ever was on his show. So he made up that I do a bit about it.
Lied.
That's what's offensive. And he says it like 3 times. He keeps back and he goes, no, this here was funny.
Yeah, because he laughed.
But because he laughed. But in the bit he does on his special, and somebody needs to dig it up because I'm not sure which special. That's he keeps saying that. Find it on his special. It doesn't exist. And then later he says, I think he makes jokes about having sex with his kids too, and I don't find that funny either. Which I don't.
No,
he just made up bits.
Well, that's what you do.
Funny though.
If you have a radio show, that's what you do.
That would be. Then I was like, hey,
you just make up stuff, and it's fine. You can't be proven wrong.
Can we sum this up too? Not to finish it, but just to sum where we are right now. He has a fake radio voice.
Yes.
He has a fake name. And he has fake indignation. He fake laughs at your joke, and then he fake fake spits that you never did.
Yeah. So makes spits that by the end of
he's a fake. Everything about
by the end of his show, he said, "I hope Louis' baby falls out of a window." He says it seriously with no joke.
Oh, there you go. That's nice.
He hopes.
Yeah, well, good.
One of those type of people. I love those types of people that will say the worst, most horrible things as they've just spent a bunch of time trying to say how horrible something you said was.
Which I'm sure I should be offended, but I don't think God will throw my baby out a window at the behest of Maxwell.
Some
hack in Cleveland doing the radio.
He is a hack.
Let's finish this clip.
Some things you don't do for a laugh, dude. Maybe that's it. Maybe you just go, you know what? I have ethics and morals, and I'm not going to do that. Because that ain't cool. Because 2 parents had to deal with their kids splattered all over the street.
No.
It doesn't matter whose kid.
Actually fell onto a part of a roof.
That's what I would do.
Not to mention a building guy with a mop.
I mean, maybe he believes in it.
Well, I hope one of his kids falls out of a window and dies. Not so funny then, is it?
What? No, it wasn't, because you seriously meant it.
And you have no comic.
There was no comedic angle to what you just said, you jackass.
And just so I went right back to the first clip, because now that's Angry Maxwell. But when he had the chance to really go at it with you, you got this.
It's kind of frustrating. Or else you would close the door, get privacy, and meanwhile they go jump out the window like Eric Clapton's stupid baby.
Oh, now see that right there. That's what I'm saying. Now see, Stansbury thinks that. I think that's a terrible joke.
Yeah, it happened forever and a day ago.
I don't care. I really don't care.
You know what I mean? God gave that guy one really good talent. He can play the guitar. He wrote a great song about it. Made $1 million.
I don't care about any of it.
He's laughing,
giggling, and he makes a joke about it.
Right, and participating. You're a phony, Maxwell.
And actually, I'm making a joke about being a dad, using the stakes of a famously dead baby to explain it. He's actually making fun of the dead baby by saying he made $1 million.
Yeah. $1 million.
We have him. I'll say this, man. Good for Stansbury. You know what? for at least going to bat.
I respected him because for the whole hour and a half, he doesn't stop. He says he refuses to let Maxwell have all the ground.
Maybe he has a real chance in radio.
I think if they got rid of Maxwell, which they should, and gave that guy the show, they'd have something going on. It would be all right.
He's in a position where he can't go crazy.
And here's the thing: when I go on radio all over the country, and guys are like, "Hey, so what do you think about Britney Spears?" I'm like, I don't have anything about that.
Yeah.
Like, oh well, all right, we're out of time. Those guys, I'm fine with because they're that.
Yeah.
But this guy is a phony, disgusting coward. He's just there's nothing that grosses me out more than taking part in a joke, cheering it on, and then when the person's gone, claiming to be better than that joke that you laughed at, and also isolating the thing of the joke, and just he says it over and over again. And what a sanctimonious, like he's gonna get the Nobel Prize for pointing out that it's a shame that a baby fell out of a window once.
And you have no morals or scruples or whatever the hell he said because you're in the radio business.
Exactly.
You've sat there and taken it.
And right now we're on in Cleveland. So here's the number if you want to call his show.
Oh, that's nice, Jimmy.
1-800-348-1007. It's 1-800-348-1007. Now, if you're hearing this anywhere else in the country, we're on in delay in afternoons in Cleveland. So if you're in Cleveland, we're on now. If you're anywhere else in the country, we're not on until 3 to 7 Cleveland time.
No, we're live right now in Cleveland. Good afternoon, Cleveland.
No, but I'm saying we're on delay by 2 minutes.
No, right now we're live.
Yeah, this is afternoon.
Oh, hold on.
Good afternoon.
It's just not funny.
And pun.
Not funny. Not funny. Not
kid falling over the window.
I just
not funny. Not funny. Good for Stansbury. Good for you, man. You know what? Good for you. At least you knew that it was a funny joke, and you're working with a sanctimonious fat man. There's nothing worse.
You know what happens later? Also, they mentioned that when his boss came in the studio in a break and said, you're being kind of a wimp about this. Like, what's your problem? Like, the boss took weirdly.
Wow.
The company guy took the side that
because the boss sees the ratings.
The boss said
Opie and Anthony are kicking your ass.
It is the wife.
So he says on the air that the boss said, "You're worrying me a little because you're coming across like a wuss. You're coming across like a guy who can't take a joke."
You're right. It's the wife. He knew he had to go home. He knew he had to go home. Oh, yeah, Jimmy said it.
Yeah.
He knew he had to go home and face his wife, and it would have been this big thing like, how could you let him say, look into our baby's eyes?
No, and he told me that he had trouble with his wife, him talking about her on the air and stuff. Look, I say horrible things about my kids and my wife, and I go home and I take it like a man.
But you know what, though? You got it. Yeah, all right, we take a break.
Yeah, we really have to take a break, but very interesting stuff. Louis C.K. Louis, you're promoting what? What are you promoting?
I'm going to be in Cleveland on February 15th.
Yeah.
The night before, for the 14th, I'm in Buffalo at the whatever arts center.
Say hi to Buffalo. We're on the edge right now, man.
And then I'm at Wilkes Bar in Pennsylvania on March 7th.
All right.
Can I plug my Cleveland? Kenny, when am I in Cleveland? Real quick.
Right in front of you.
Don't scream at me and humiliate me. Just tell me. Right in front of you. I don't know where that is.
By the way, the number people are asking for, 1-800-348-1007 for the Maxwell Show.
I'm doing 2 shows, Friday, February 29th at House of Blues. I know, they're both sold out. So I wanted to invite Stansbury to one of those shows. Not, honest to God, not in some conference. I don't think he'll come. Not to be confrontational, none of that stuff, but you are welcome to come to the show.
I hope he comes to my show, too. I really did. Listening to all the clips on that, I was really impressed.
I really respect the guy for that. Yeah. And this is not a sarcastic invitation, even though I know you won't accept it. I'm just letting you know that to Stansbury, this is a real invitation.
Yeah, basically Maxwell's holding you back. It's very obvious to all of us.
We're all in Cleveland.
We're not scared. We're not scared of this dumb radio show. We're kind of looking out for your future.
Well, obviously his boss. I think that's where it's headed. His boss will get rid of Maxwell and give this other guy the job, and it'll actually be a decent show.
All right, very good.
It'll be like your sister show in Buffalo.
Yeah. Or Cleveland, wherever.
Yeah, we're all Cleveland.
You idiot.
Little cities don't matter.
You're an idiot.
You all live in places that don't matter to me.
You get lake snow, die.
It's so weird, though, that we're all in Cleveland in February.
Really?
That's right. We are.
Sure is.
Bob Kelly, where are you going to be in Cleveland? We're going to be back in just a minute. It's Opie and Anthony. Got to go right to the phones on the Opie and Anthony show. We got Tom in Franklin Square. We got a report from the front lines. Tom, what's going on?
What's going on? Oh,
Hey,
Jimmy. How you guys
buddy.
doing?
What's up, man?
No, I just pulled up the Edge that Maxwell works for.
I really don't even know, to be completely honest. And we know our competition, but for Cleveland, we don't know because we don't really look at it as competition. I'm sorry to the Maxwell show.
Whatever.
All right.
The screener is answering the phone, and he goes, "Listen, I'm tired of you douchebags calling me." He's not in till afternoon.
Oh, the screener.
His show's at 3 p.m.
Yeah, the screener. I'm sorry, guys. I give the number out. Let me say, if you live in Cleveland and you're hearing this, call 1-800-348-1007. Anywhere else in the country, he's on 3 to 7 Cleveland time.
Yeah, but that shouldn't stop anyone. Call now.
Okay, you
just make their freaking
It's
day
clearly
miserable.
irritated somebody.
Yeah, we're all about irritating somebody. We don't care who. Just you got a chance to irritate somebody. Call 1-800-348-1007.
If you'd like to be part of if you'd like to be part of the group called "You Douchebags," by that fellow,
and let's see if they go with it today. But of course they won't because they don't got it in them.
No.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom. All right, real fast, Ryan in Atlanta, Georgia. Ryan.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I wanted to say that Maxwell's in fact wrong because as South Park told us, AIDS is funny.
Yeah, freaking South Park has fun with the AIDS thing.
Yeah, is he criticizing? What was his family?
That's Family Guy.
Family
You
Guy,
have AIDS.
or any of the other shows?
Yeah.
Just, no, it's a fat man.
All right, he proved our point. We got Bob Kelly in studio, and I took a phone call from Bob Kelly yesterday, and it was very interesting hearing him talk about this big Pats loss. You are really bummed out. And then I was on the phone with you explaining the play because you still haven't seen the play.
I haven't seen. Literally.
Are you kidding, you baby?
Hang on one second. All right, Anthony.
You mean the one where
like watching a beheading video?
You know what though? It kind of is
close.
It actually. I haven't seen anything from halfway through the fourth quarter. I haven't watched any footage.
But your
ESPN.
Can I ask you something? Your Pats are in the Super Bowl. I know it's pretty tough to watch your team trying to win a championship, but isn't that what you're looking forward to the entire season? Why would you turn off the game in the fourth quarter?
Because I knew they were going to lose, and I just couldn't take it. I kept going, I looked around at my family, and they were just like ridiculous, Irish, Italian, Boston people just, what's going on? Brady, what? We're out around. He's just screaming. I mean, it's just
that. Then I understand why you left the room.
I had to leave
because your bummer family.
I had to watch Dallas lose to Dwight Clark, the catch. I had to watch Jackie Smith drop that pass in the end zone to Pittsburgh, and Dallas staged this amazing comeback, and they would have went ahead if he didn't drop that pass. I've had
and you know how I feel.
Horrendous.
And you know how I feel.
Yes.
Bob, I'm from Boston. I'm a huge Pats fan, and I really enjoyed that game.
Yeah, but
I actually enjoyed watching them get beat that way.
And you actually came to my mind because you're the type of guy, though. I said you had a Yankee cap on one day and a Red Sox. You're like, I don't care. I'll just wear a hat.
I like good sports. I like the story of sports.
But you see, that's when I realized that my family brought me up into a cult.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a triangle head logo on my shirt. And I am a member of a cult, and I have no decision making of my own. And it felt like the only thing I could equate it to really is when I got arrested, and the finality of, hey, I'm arrested, but there's always that chance the cops talking to you a little nice, and you kind of, and then you go in the car, and it's like, well, hey, we'll bring you back. But then when they shut the door and you're there, you're like, this is real.
Yeah.
I'm not getting away. It's not changing. And you still go, please, something's going to happen. And nothing happened.
Something's going to happen, all right.
I actually got, yesterday, they found a video where they stopped the clock, and they weren't supposed to stop the clock.
Right.
And that would have been the end of the game.
Right.
And I actually got hope, like, maybe they'll reverse it.
I thought that, too. I thought that when everybody was jumping around and there was still 1 second, I was like, hey, maybe there's something could happen.
Bobo, when you watch this play, this is like...
watch the play for the first time.
It's one of those plays...
This is so weird you haven't seen this ridiculous catch yet.
You can't even get mad.
No, that's the thing. When that happened, I thought, give it to the Giants now.
You can't even get mad.
After it happened, I said, they have to now win this. You don't make a play like this and then lose the game.
Yeah, there's no way they were going to lose after that.
So, Bobby, step up there. Notice...
There's the real deal. He has not seen this play yet.
Notice the almost... Because it's not just the pass, the reception. It's the pass also. Notice it's almost a sack.
Yes.
Obviously.
Where is this in the game? This is like fourth quarter.
It's the end.
This is the final drive.
This is the
final drive. This is the Giants' last touchdown.
This is the play.
So we're winning right now.
Yeah,
we're winning by 14.
And then after this touchdown, well, we're not going to show the touchdown.
No, but this is the play that made it possible.
And then
third down.
Yeah, 3rd and 5.
It's third, and this is going to go down as one of the most amazing plays in Super Bowl history.
Play for Bobo. Watch how he gets in the grasp. Almost.
He's almost down. Look at this. Look at this. He gets out.
Good, YouTube.
The pass
and catches it
on his head. That's great. What is that? At 3 frames per second?
Yeah, I know.
Is it because you made
a slideshow? We just watched the slideshow.
Make the screen small. He can still see it.
Do you understand bandwidth?
All right, there's the catch. Look, on his helmet, one hand as he's falling backwards.
And then he has amazing abs by keeping that ball from touching the ground.
From touching the ground, right. That's all ab
He did a sit-up. That's all crunches.
That's all crunches.
Well, because he has his legs off the ground. All the things that your awful trainer makes you do. He keeps his legs off the ground.
That's how you lost the Super Bowl right there.
That was it right there.
There's no way he should have made that catch.
I mean,
there's no way he should have made that catch.
It's on the top of his helmet.
Look how close it was.
If it had touched the ground, he's dead.
Yeah.
And he went, with his abs.
Yeah.
And he crunched back.
Did a crunch.
God,
he saved the game.
There's the Super Bowl.
At that point, it doesn't matter.
That one moment is the difference between the legacy of undefeated. I'm not even busting your chops, but I mean, in that moment, that's where it is.
But this is the problem, is that, okay.
Look, here it is again.
And there's somebody there that could have just knocked that right out of his hand.
Just sickening. And this is what makes me think that sports, there's got to be something. I mean,
look at us. Look at
you know what, dude?
Why the Giants?
Look at him.
Why him?
I'm with you, man. I'm with you, Bobby.
85? Who cares about him?
It's a great story.
It's a great story. It's a great story. How is it great? You don't think? Let me ask you what story's better.
No.
What story's better? Tom Brady, perfect specimen.
Oh,
so
what? So what?
Winning 4, going out in the Super Bowl, going 18-0. I mean 19-0.
Way
history.
cooler. Way cooler.
You know the ball was
way
slapped.
cooler that he got that close.
Look at this. The ball was slapped too, but he wasn't able to slap it completely out of his hand.
It got on his helmet.
Which means that guy's got ridiculous fingertips.
Watch this. See, this is where he should have collapsed backwards.
And he went, he's got a hernia now. He popped something.
Right.
He's got a hole in somewhere.
Here's the thing. For them to go 18-0 to get that close, and then for this guy's a real quarterback's little brother to bring a team out of nowhere, to take a team out of nowhere and beat the unbeatable is really cool.
It just wasn't.
And it's a great Boston, New York thing, because like I wear a Red Sox cap all over New York, and guys give me crap all day, and I take it. I don't care. But after we won the World Series, all construction workers, cops, firemen, all the toughest New York guys would come up to me with really serious and go, "Congratulations, sir." They call me sir. Congratulations. They just felt like they owed it to me to say to their bitterest rival. And I really respected that. And after this game, I took the subway home. There was all these Giants fans, and I had the cap on. And they all looked at me like, and I said, "Congratulations, gentlemen."
Gentlemen.
And they were like, "Thank you, sir." It's
like they were out there.
The weird thing is, just to tell Bob, too, there was an interception dropped. Like, Eli threw an interception here on this drive, I believe, and it was dropped. The guy had it and dropped it. And if he caught that ball, this play never would have happened.
Yeah, but this is the point, is that they had you all... If they lost 2 or 3 games, it might be a different story. It wouldn't probably hurt as bad. But the fact that they sucked you along all year and they got you to the end,
that's what makes it great.
And
being a
they
Boston
actually
fan,
lost
apparently.
in this way. If they got blown out, it would have been different. But to lose in some fluke fashion,
it's not a fluke. It's great football.
that catch,
that catch is a fluke.
I'm
with Bobby.
If we were in
he meant to catch it.
Well,
really,
I guess, but that's come on.
All there is to it.
That's a fluke, dude. The odds of him. First of all, Eli getting out of that situation, making the throw, and that 85 son of a gun.
Yeah, you can say son of a bitch.
No, but that's all
catch,
athletic greatness.
That is not a...
To have the timing with your hands to catch the ball when you can't see it on your head.
Right.
Watch Eli get out of the
To
grab.
hold on to it and to not... And to know that you need to keep your abs tight to keep the ball from touching the ground.
That guy's name is David Tyree, by the way.
Can I say David Tyree, first of all, if the guy was the guy went to slap it out of his hand. If he wasn't underneath him and he fell on the ground, guaranteed his ab muscles wouldn't work, and that ball would have flown out of his hand.
That's true, and I think they should give the Patriots the win.
That's what I'm saying.
Based on what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. We should go back and review this.
And it would have been easier if your Pats were I don't know,
lost the game
14-4 for the year or something.
Dude, 14
then it wouldn't have hurt as much. But
and that's the thing too, is that they've always been the underdog. They've always been rocky.
It can't be 14-4, 14-5.
They've always been rocky.
Call us out on that.
And you know what? It's almost good, because as fans growing up, I've always been a hunk of crap. We're gonna lose, and it almost makes you feel better when you win or when you lose. You can deal with it. But for from 2000 on,
we're winners now.
We've been winners, and this is what Yankee fans must have felt like in 2004.
Yes,
which
New York beat us.
Is devastating.
Yes.
By the way, you were never a winner.
No.
They were.
The New England Patriot. You're not a member of the. You're not actually on the team. I did want to point that out.
Sure, but they did congratulate you, Louis, like you were on the team.
That's true.
When you were telling your little story.
I am on the team.
I was going to ask you.
I think I could take more credit than Bob.
I was going to ask you what your average was for the World Series in 2004. Oh yeah, we got to play Everyone Has AIDS from Team America, because AIDS isn't funny, right?
No.
Yeah, we'll leave with that song. Plugs: Louis, Cleveland, Buffalo.
Cleveland on the 15th of February, Buffalo the 14th, and then Wilkes Barre March 7th.
I was talking to the PD in Buffalo at the Edge. They're very excited to have you.
I can't wait.
Extremely. Make sure you do.
I've never played Buffalo.
Make sure you do Shred and Reagan.
I've done it on the radio. Those guys are awesome.
They're a real show. They talk with their real voices, and they'll tell you to go F yourself if they don't like you in person.
I got to plug something too.
Sure.
Both shows tonight at Bananas in Poughkeepsie are sold out. Tomorrow night are sold out. So there might be some seats available tonight. Both shows tomorrow are sold. And noon today, tickets for the second half of my tour go on sale. That's Seattle, Portland, Detroit, Chicago. All go on sale at noon today. Go to my MySpace.com, Jim Norton. All information is there.
And I'm really going to try to go to one of the shows this weekend.
You should, man. You should come.
Will you have seats for me and like 3 other people?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll make sure there's seats.
All right, Bobby.
MySpace.
Bobby?
I'm going to be at Cleveland at the end of the month at the Cleveland Improv.
All right, very good. We're heading over to XM. I don't know what happens at this station here in New York after we leave. No clue. Maybe they're playing music. Maybe they're starting the country station today. I don't know. Who knows? Stay tuned to find out here in New York City. We leave you with this for Maxwell, who doesn't know what funny is. We'll see you guys on Monday. Alrighty, here we are. XM Satellite Radio. Yeah, a lot of people are noticing. Bob, you've been promoting the hell out of your CD, huh?
Yeah.
Why? They play it a lot when we go to break.
Oh, they do. I have heard it. It's the one where you must have gotten the date wrong, and they have to dub in the proper date.
Well,
yeah. Well,
you just don't know how to promote, because the point I'm making is that you tell everyone, all your fans, to get the brand new Bob Kelly CD at Tower Records.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
And that's where it should be sold.
Well, no, there is a Tower Records.
I'm
talking about
also available at Woolworths.
Woolco.
It's not the Tower Records you're talking about. It's the Tower Records with 2 W's. It's down in the village.
How about Tower Airlines? Can you get on there too? Oh shit! Swimwalk name.
You take Pan Am. Next time you fly Pan Am.
Yeah. There's no Tower Records.
Eastern Airlines on the Eastern
Wings of Man.
Yeah.
Well, what are you gonna do? You're right, Opie. I have to agree with you. I don't know how to really promote that well, but I'm learning.
All right. Also, another thing coming in. I love the listeners. They're a bunch of tattletales. This guy writes, Mike B. from South Carolina. Opie, could you please tell Steve C. that when he makes promos, just because he can curse every other word doesn't mean he should.
That's right.
What promo is he cursing at? I got to hear this now.
I don't know. Steve is a bag of shit.
Yeah, let's hear it, Butcher. Count the curses.
You too. If those albums come out, I want you to go and buy it. Just the tip.
It did that bit already.
The one where Steve curses, please.
God damn it, man. Jimmy was right. This is the day everyone is paying attention to us.
Mm-hmm.
We got all sorts of things. We've got a lot of hooks in the water right now, and this is the time we need to sound great.
Mm-hmm.
Then we can go back to being lazy. We'll be back to being lazy in no time, but the next week or so, we got to be sharp. I'm
on your
telling you,
toes.
Sharp as a tack.
Or we freeze your balls with that poo freezer that we were playing with today.
The dirty talk.
All right, Butcher, you ready? Take 2.
When's the last time you went to OpieandAnthony.com? Holy shit, it's been that long? Well, get the fuck over there right now. We just added a brand new section called Old School Opie and Anthony.
It's going to be old bits. It could be from our CDs that we released.
I'm scared.
It could be old publicity shots, all that crap.
Oh, no.
So there's all brand new shit that's going to be highlighted every fucking day on OpieandAnthony.com. So go there now.
Not a lot of curses. You know what? I'm going to defend you.
Just 4 curses.
I got to defend Steve.
Motherfucking cunts.
They weren't needed, though.
Oh.
I'll go in there and I'll use the same I'll go in there and record a classier one in 3 seconds. There's no reason. What is it? OpieandAnthony.com now has this section called what?
Old school Opie. You know, I don't like the way he's cursing during the promos.
Who's this faggot from North Carolina who didn't like it? Who's this fucking...
Yeah. Unnecessary.
Fucking fell out of his mother's cunt and decided to bother us with this.
Well, and we loved, the Tattletales, actually, but that one just fell flat, Louis. What can I tell you? I would love to beat up Steve again. Trust me. Trust me.
It did sound a little desperate, like, oh, this is, we got to make sure people that like cursing hear my cursing.
Yeah.
But only 4.
They let 400 people go at CBS Radio yesterday, and I'm looking, I'm like 3 or 4 times, like, where's Steve's name on this list?
Well, see what he's trying to get at is I'm awfully incompetent.
Right, I understand.
And then I'm thinking maybe Steve Carlisi is his radio name, so then I'm looking for other Steves that were fired that could possibly be Steve.
Saying I don't deserve exactly what it is that I'm doing.
Steve thinks he's got this figured out, how to get by this abuse.
Right, by running it.
It's never going to work.
It never works. So whether I give into it or try to fight it, I'm always a bag of shit.
Right. You can't fucking fight it.
What he's trying to do now is be like in that movie Red October when there's a missile headed towards the submarine, the torpedo. So he heads for the torpedo, hoping that he'll hit it before it arms.
God damn, that's a good reference.
That's a very good reference.
Yeah. Commie fag. There's a lot of. Oh my god, commie fag. Is that what you call me?
All right. Let's say hi to Dennis in
shit-eating cunt.
New Jersey. Dennis.
Yeah, hello.
Dennis.
Hey, what's up, guys?
By the way, you know how I was talking about how the show's got to be really good and we can't be lazy? The listeners got to help too.
Yeah, fucking chime in when you hear your name.
Can't be
when you hear your name, it might be your turn to talk.
Right, you guys got to be sharp and ready to go too, because you're very important to this radio show. Everyone's got to be sharp.
Attaboy, Ope.
Dennis, go.
All right, I just had a question for Louis.
Yes.
Did you have sex with your wife yet?
What?
Did you have sex with your wife yet?
Well, I have 2 kids, so clearly yes. I have.
No. On prior show, you said it was like 2 or 3 months you had sex.
No, there's no ticking clock here. It's a cemented vagina. There's nothing's going in. I mean, I don't know what. It's nothing that's any of my business. I don't know what she keeps up there. It ain't my dick. It's got nothing to do with me.
What is that? What is that thing with tubes? Are we allowed to talk about that?
I don't know.
It's got nothing to do. It's like I have less to do with my wife's vagina. Like when you walk into like a Korean grocery or something, and they're selling DVDs of Korean movies for Korean people. Like that's got nothing to do with me. That's my relationship to my wife's vagina is like whatever. It's just a whole area that I'm like, I guess something's going on in there.
But it ain't you.
It ain't me.
I got another request too.
Sure.
I'm glad I got the participants in studio today. Less ass fucking on the. It was fun.
Oh my God.
It was fun for a while. I think I'm talking for a lot of listeners right now.
I know they're tired.
It was a lot of fun, but they play those things like.
Look, it's not up to us how often they get played,
and it's getting a little creepy now. You guys.
Bob has only fucked me up the ass while I promoted my shows twice.
I only do it. First of all, I only fuck him in the ass to help him sell tickets.
I asked him to do it. The first time he did it. It was spontaneous.
It's very spontaneous.
Second time I said, listen, I've got to promote my shows. Will you fuck me up the ass again?
Yeah.
But you guys are the ones that play it 1,000 times.
He gets really into it, though,
well,
Bobby.
The first time was very, it was very, he was just doing it. I was there. I ripped his pants down. I just plugged it in, almost like Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
Spitting it upon my hand.
Yeah.
And just pushed it in. And he didn't know what was going on. He just went with it.
No, it was great. I think that's really the nature of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The first time it was like this kind of sudden, unexpected. And then anytime that happens in your life sexually, and you go back and go, can we do that again? The second time you're always like, well, I got nothing to say now. It's just a bummer.
How about another concept for you guys?
try something else.
I think it's time.
It got weird at this last time because after I fucked him, I go, "Will you fuck me in the ass while I do mine?" He goes, "No."
And
it was like,
why it's about my dates, not yours.
Yeah. You were done.
Exactly.
And it goes on a long time.
I came.
I mean, maybe a quickie would have been.
I got a big tour.
But I mean,
I got a lot of dates.
And I got a huge cock.
It goes on forever. What's this dumb thing in front of you,
Bob?
Is that yours, Bob?
What is it, a colostomy bag?
That was a great one, Jim.
What is it?
Oh, Jimmy, that was good.
That was awesome. What's this big dumb thing in front of you, Bob?
Yeah.
Good.
I didn't mean that, Bob.
It's actually, it's right here. It's so you can have a woman with like a small titties can put this on. And
with a small
titties, you 80-year-old Negro?
Well, shit, no.
A small titty.
A small titty.
A woman who has a small titty.
Curtis Lowe.
A woman who has breast cancer and has one small tit. You can put this on and pump it up.
You get this?
Now that's not funny. Breast cancer. Not funny. Not funny. Not funny.
You know, I gotta say something.
I got morals. I got ethics.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I sell alcohol on my show, and a lot of people drunk drive and kill children.
You fucking fat cunt. You witless fat cunt. I hope he dies in a bus shooting. I hope he's on a bus. A fucking disgruntled person gets on and thinks he's Donald Pleasance and shoots him. Escape from New York.
There's a helicopter hovering when it happens.
Yeah, we
and people just see the glass kind of.
You can't really put limits.
Red mist.
You can't put limits on. You can't put limits on comedy, especially when you do a radio show. There's stuff that we joke about, and it affects me like personally, but whatever. I mean,
what makes me sick though, and it's so
who am I to say that you shouldn't laugh at something that might have been horrifying to me?
It's narcissistic to go like to spend your whole life not really caring if somebody makes fun of children or something, and then you have one and then go, hold on a second.
Now I can't do this anymore.
I have a fucking bag of salt water that you should care about.
That's Louis refreshing.
A bag of salt water.
People have kids and turn into these fucking assholes.
No, you didn't have kids before, so why weren't you outraged then? Because it didn't affect your stupid shit life that nobody cares about.
Right.
Now you have a little faggot that you're raising.
that, by the way, isn't fucking special.
No,
that's
it's not.
The thing, though, about comedy is that most people think like you. I hate this little hunk of shit.
Yeah.
What a pain in the ass.
No, and also when you're in the audience, you have somebody who died of cancer in your life.
Right.
Fine. And then I make a cancer joke, somebody else does, and you go, I wish I hadn't heard that. And I understand that.
Right.
But all the other people in the room, every other joke was about something that bummed somebody out.
Yeah.
The whole point of comedy is saying something that was not really polite to say. That's the entire point.
And you'll laugh if it didn't affect you personally.
Fine.
And that's 99% of the people. But that one person, he's going to laugh at the other shit.
If I'm watching a movie or a TV show and they put a child in jeopardy, I change the channel. I can't watch it.
Really?
I can't personally.
Love that shit.
And I totally recognize that that's just my problem because I immediately go to thinking about my kid being missing or something.
Is that true? I thought that was only in the movies.
I can't take watching that.
I can't even watch Terms of Endearment when they're at the. He's like, I'll put my candy bar back. I'm like, I gotta shut it off.
You're just a crybaby when it comes to that.
It's a fucking hilarious movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of comedy in that, Bob.
Exactly.
Hey, can we get someone to wear this weird titty apparatus?
Yeah, it's so that women can store alcohol in it.
What? Is it really?
That's why it's called the wine rack. See,
Ew.
It's about booze.
Holy shit, the wine rack.
It's so like they can get into a concert with some wine, basically?
Yeah, I guess.
That's cool.
Somewhere.
Is this a real sponsor?
Wow. Sneak it, drink it. That's what it says on there. It's not really very subtle.
We should fill it with loads. And sneak
now that's just not funny. Not funny. Lows on titties, not funny.
We should sneak it into like a New Kids on the Block concert with all the little kids and just have her just start guzzling load in the front row.
Wow. Jesus, Bobby.
Now,
I'm really not sure that. Well, you've adapted to the product to your own use. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Not funny. It's not funny. And where's that cunt in the studio to chime in and go, I agree.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
That's all she had, by the way. Yeah.
Of course, that's all she had.
They're not a sponsor, so why fuck with them?
Oh, wait. Wait, I think that's your cue.
No, I mean, if it was a sponsor, we'd be all
wine rack.
We just do things a little differently here. We shit on the sponsors, and they come back for more, which amazes me. Vinny pays for those awful plugs we do every morning on the other side.
We know how to sell. I'll sell anything.
That's right.
Honey, they're just
I'll sell the fucking thing.
That's right. You bring me a fat fuck with breathing apparatus and an unfunny cunt in the studio and a guy that he's making uncomfortable, I'll sell that too.
I sell Paul.
We got a couple things I want to get to. We got Guess the Singer. We also have this tasing where the guy sounded like Chewbacca. It's worth playing one more time today.
Tasing. It's great.
Listen to this one. We love tase clips or tasering clips or whatever. Yeah. Sure. But this one is just one of the better ones.
No! Taser! Taser! Taser!
That's amazing. It sounds like every one of Jimmy's punchlines.
It does seem like he's being tased with a load in his throat.
It's weird because
Taser! Taser! Taser!
It's weird because it matches the frequency of the taser.
Of the taser going. It's like he was tased while he was talking into a fan.
They tased into a fan.
Yeah, so could they turn it up and have him go,
They totally could have played him with that taser. Like a Furman or what those.
That was
Thurman. Those. That organ from. Yeah.
Where you kind of put your hand around a rod.
Yeah.
We got Guess the Singer or Willie Nelson talking about 9/11.
Willie Nelson's a douche.
Does he say anything surprising? Does he say anything you wouldn't have expected him to say?
Yeah, actually, it is a little odd, even though I know he smokes a lot of pot.
He's one of those dudes, Louis.
Oh, no.
One of those,
we're learning that he's one of those dudes.
That it was planted detonation and
fucking Willie Nelson. We've had him on the show.
One of those.
What's your take on 9/11? Do you question the official story?
I certainly.
Is this man cow audio?
No, it's not man cow.
Who's the guy?
Well, there's a lot of man cow sounding.
Not funny.
Not funny.
What's your take on 9/11? Do you question the official story?
I certainly do, and I saw those towers fall, and I've seen an implosion in Las Vegas. There was too much similarities between the two.
Right, buildings
and
fell.
I saw the building fall that didn't get hit by nothing. So, how naive are we? Or, what do they think we'll go for?
What, it did get hit by nothing?
Are you saying you started having...
It also takes like 6 months to prepare that building to fall like that. It's not like they just go in that day, hook up some dynamite,
exactly.
and then
it's
it falls
amazing.
perfectly.
It's the most witnessed crime in the history of existence.
Of existence.
And people are still like...
They're still...
I don't know, though. I mean...
No, man.
Could have been something,
Look, you see sparks coming out the window as it's... Well, yeah, because it's a building falling. It's made of metal and concrete. You're going to see sparks, dummy.
Yeah. I was talking to Anthony yesterday because this came up and we're finally bringing it on the show. Right now, I got some douche above me just tapping in nails, and I want to go up there and strangle them. And I go, I can't even concentrate with a lousy hammer, and they're small nails, you can tell, but they're nailing everything up there. And they were supposed to sneak around a fucking building and
jackhammers drilling holes and supporting concrete and steel.
No.
They're not going to notice the dust everywhere, even if they, quote, did it in the middle of the night when no one was there. They're going to sweep up everything.
Cables that would come out in a snake that would have to be a foot in diameter.
It's just funny because I remember watching it and thinking, engineering-wise, what was happening made sense to me, which is that the top half started wobbling and that's not supposed to happen to a building, and that once the top half started to fall on itself... It's like they dropped the upper part of the World Trade Center on the rest of the World Trade Center, and it crumbled down.
Gravity dictates it will go in a straight line.
Yeah, it's
down.
straight down. It's not going to go over for any reason. There's no force pushing it on the side.
No.
It's pushing down.
A lot of people really thought it was going to just tumble over that way. It's impossible.
It would be great if Al-Qaeda, somebody, like if Bin Laden just came on TV to say, no, we totally did do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they must be pissed.
They're like,
motherfucker, we did that.
It was so much work. And they're
you know what we went through?
Maybe if Cloverfield, tilted, pushed the tower over.
Yeah, if Cloverfield monster pushes a building, it'll fall over.
But that's what they wanted, too. The terrorists wanted it to fall over onto other buildings, and they were probably bummed out that it didn't.
Yeah, a little bit, sure.
Willie Nelson is a fucking dummy.
Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Here's Willie Nelson.
Didn't get hit by nothing, so... how naive are we? Or, what do they think we'll go for?
So are you saying you started having questions or that little voice in your head? Did you have a bad feeling the day it happened? Is that what you're saying?
The day it happened, I saw one fall, and it was just so symmetrical. And I said, wait a minute, I just saw that last week at the, casino over in Las Vegas. And you see these implosions all the time, and then the next one fell, and I said, hell, there's another one. And they're trying to tell me that an airplane did it. And that's, I can't go along with that.
And then you find out that mainstream news reported, but it never got any attention, that the supposed hijackers were given national security clearance and were trained at U.S. bases, and the dean of the Defense Language School, Colonel Butler, goes public and says, we train these people, the government's involved, and they start court-martialing him until he agreed to shut up.
Shut up. Shut up.
What?
Who is this asshole?
You know what's funny about who is this asshole?
No. Sounds just like Mancow.
Everyone online is on his feedback is telling us who this asshole is. Mancow, Bubba the Love Sponge.
Is it Neil Bortz?
No, but they're mentioning that Humphrey dude, Rusty Humphreys, Mancow. Like, it's the same voice. Alex Jones.
That's
I guess
what
they
hacks these guys are. They all
That's
sound
what
like
I'm saying. They all
guy.
sound like the same, and everyone thinks they know who this guy is.
I talk like this when I'm home.
He sounds like he's about to say, Willie, that's not funny. It's not funny, Willie.
Oh, Willie's. Well, when was that audio from, though? In fairness to him, was that like right after 9/11?
When was it?
Yesterday.
No.
If
you came out right after
he's
9/11 and said shit like this, you'd be fucking exiled.
Yeah.
You know what happened to the Chixie Dicks, remember? They fucking said something.
Chixie Dicks?
I said that on purpose. Thank you for noticing. They fucking, criticized Bush a little too close to 9/11. They were crucified. No, this is all new shit. Stupid Willie. Go smoke fucking joint and just not pay your taxes.
I'm sorry, I'm not buying it.
Asshole.
I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. Well, it's a good thing it doesn't matter whether you buy it or not.
Holy shit, Willie Nelson's on to us. It's time. All right. Yeah. We're going to make a major announcement this evening on the news.
Here's the thing that the other guy's saying, I have no idea if any of that's true, but maybe the government did 9/11. It's possible, but at least admit that they did it by throwing planes at the buildings.
Yeah.
Like, why do you need
the planes are a nice touch.
At least
what are they stupid?
Why would they do that and then not,
Yeah.
Why don't you just, it's so easy to just say the hijackers were working for the government. That's all, that's fine. I'll go, I don't know, maybe that did happen.
Not a controlled explosion.
But we all watch the planes hit the buildings and the buildings come down. Why do you have to say, no, they actually, some people go like, there was no planes.
Yeah, what?
There's people that say that. There were no planes.
Is there really an eyewitness?
There never was a World Trade Center.
Did anyone see the planes?
Yeah.
Yes. Millions of people saw it.
Yes.
Well, they say the one that hit the Pentagon, that they actually blew the Pentagon up themselves because there's no footage of the plane.
Yes, there is.
Actually,
there is.
I know there is.
Security cam.
They say that it isn't. So relax. All right, Tony, relax.
I told you there was, Bob. Bob's always arguing that point.
And there's light poles that are sheared off, and there's a big fenced-in generator that one of the tail hit. They know exactly where it came in. Well, exactly how it hit.
The reason why they're like, because they didn't find pieces of it like on Lost, that it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're a gatekeeper. You remember that jerk off?
Oh, yeah.
Little boy didn't like his point of view not being ignorant.
And then it got all violent.
Stop the angry
and
young man thing, sweetie.
That's what it is. It's usually some douchebags.
This is how people argue. That's why I don't like argue on the internet with people anymore. Because whatever you tell people, it's like, well, it was on national TV and we all watched. It might have not. I can believe what I want to believe. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Believe it.
Well, doesn't it bother
your parents
you that...
raised a douche?
No, it doesn't, because I've read
the
explanation for that.
And
so
they didn't find any aircraft parts at the Pentagon.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did. What are you going to say to that? Yes, they did. Here's the pictures of it. Here's a firefighter standing next to a turbine that matches this plane. No.
That's exactly.
How do you argue that?
That's exactly what they say. No.
No, years ago, this is where I really learned about people and how useless they are. Years ago, I was in Boston. I was in a bar, and there's a story on the news on the TV at the bar about the stealth bomber. Remember the stealth bomber?
Yep.
The invisible bomber. And this guy at the end of this Boston retard at the end of the bar goes, it doesn't work. I'm like, what? Stealth bomb doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Why do you say? Because the Russians got infrared. Doesn't work.
Infrared.
Like, this is like a $3 billion airplane.
Infrared.
And they worked on it forever, and they, like, used, like, some of Hitler's science. And, like, there's dudes whose brains are bizarrely amazing that made this thing.
The technology from a clicker can find it.
This fucking
your remote control.
Fucking Irish cunt in Boston. All they had to do was ask him. He's sitting at the end of the bar with the real...
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Oh, it doesn't?
Fucking asshole. People think they know anything.
Dude, the problem with infrared is that they can use it. Well, Bob, what about... Don't talk to me, dude. I rehearsed this alone. No!
They should have heard me in the car after the Super Bowl.
Alone, right?
Dude, it's not, you know what, dude?
Dude, it was destiny. It was the big picture. You know, that was ours to lose, dude.
I wish you were false, but you're absolutely right.
Of course I'm right. You know, fucking dude. They just, you know. Just, I'd love to hear you justifying that Patriots loss to yourself.
Dude, I mean, fucking Brady, the fucking guy, Giselle, dude.
Why do you have to bring in what could have been except opposed to what really is?
Perfect season.
Yeah, dude, what's a better story? That happening or me being killed while I'm talking to myself? Oh, what a fucking fool you are.
Amazingly good.
Just looks up so there's no interruptions and distractions. Just like when he's alone in the shower watching his filthy asshole with his fucking 8 jets and his stupid fucking civil rights footage fire hose toilet. Fuck you.
His bidet, his mechanical automatic fucking
ass fucker.
R2D2 shitter.
You think it's not queer because it's water and not a dick.
Yeah.
Think again, fruit.
I actually cut the hose and made the water bigger.
Right, and you put a little dye in there so it's black. Oh, shit. Swim walk.
No, it's a black guy's water.
At least I didn't make it piss. You'd reroute yours from the toilet bowl itself.
Bob.
Well, what are you gonna do? Some of them are winners, some of them are... Dude, I was on the show, I said something funny, and then they didn't do it.
They fucking, you know what, dude? They won't laugh if it's about them or Norton.
Let's play guess it.
I remember this.
You remember this?
Yeah.
You know who it is?
That guy from Back to the Future. What's his name? Isn't it?
Michael J. Fox?
No, the
microphone would have been like this.
Oh, the guy who thinks he's weird.
Glover?
Crispin Glover. Isn't it Crispin Glover?
Nothing.
Is it Crispin Glover?
Deserves something.
Danny?
Is it Crispin Glover? Wow.
Yeah. That killed me.
Wow.
Great.
Good.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Lou.
Crispin Glover thinks he's an artist and interesting.
Thank God we didn't play this on the other side.
Density.
Thank God.
That's my favorite part of the movie. When he comes walking over with that stupid pad. I'm your density.
That's right.
We got Jimmy's comedy.
Saw a clip from the reunion of the Family Ties cast yesterday.
Yeah.
And it is painful to watch poor Michael J.
Did they have to use a Steadicam?
He's shaking.
That's not funny.
Not funny.
It's not a guy with the Parkinson's.
It looks like he would be exhausted. Like you wake up and 10 minutes into your day, you're fucking exhausted.
Yeah.
Because you're just doing aerobics.
Kind of like the
He's doing
two-legged dog.
cardio from the time he fucking wakes up. Yeah, like the two-legged dog.
Yeah.
He just looks exhausted walking around.
I saw him do an
silly too.
interview trying to raise money and awareness, and the camera guy was just pissed. You could see him just trying to focus in on one part that wasn't shaking, then it would start shaking, then he moved to his full shot.
He does this thing, Michael J. Fox, now where it looks like he's trying to get comfortable in his chair.
Yeah.
And he just looks like he's moving because he's fucking shaking.
He works it into a kind of a Rodney Dangerfield with the time.
Let me tell you, I got Parkinson's.
He looks like a marionette.
Hey, Dr. Brock, can
he
you
looks
help
like
me
a
out?
marionette where the puppeteer has Parkinson's.
Or he looks like somebody naked sitting in a wool chair. Like he knows he's trying to adjust.
Yeah, he's got to adjust it to get comfy.
Exactly.
Oh,
Once he
This
puts some
ain't
hot coffee
funny.
in his hand.
Ain't funny, guys.
ain't funny.
Not funny.
My grandmother had Parkinson's. Blah, blah. Did she?
My baby's gonna get Parkinson's when it's old.
That's funny.
Not funny. It's not funny.
Damien from Akron, Ohio writes, Opie, did Louis just ruin the bit by guessing right? Yeah, he kind of did, but you know what?
Oh, were we supposed to drag that out and try to figure out who it was?
Well, as soon as I realized it was Crispin Glover, whatever.
It's not like it was totally cool. Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
I just tried to make the basket and hit your intern in the face.
Oh, good.
Why are you walking into the fucking camera?
The guy's nervous. He just walked right into the Peloton camera, which is pretty large and obvious.
It's a giant tripod.
Earthquake
and fucking
cam.
clumsy bumbles into it. That was to give you the Michael J. Fox experience if you're watching on that one. He's a fucking faker, though, man. Give him a cup of hot tea. Now straighten up, bitch. Or you're gonna have sore wrists.
They should give him the U2 camera so we don't all feel uncomfortable.
The what?
The what?
The U2 camera, it's called.
What's that?
Well, I mean, this isn't a bomb. It's actually.
I don't know.
I'm only stopping because I'm interested.
He's a preemptive. This isn't a bomb. U2 fans know. They've done videos where like Bono holds the camera or it's attached to him, and then he spins around, so you get the perspective that Bono's not moving.
Right. Oh yeah, no, that's true. If he wore that, he would seem still.
Yeah. I wasn't going for an over-the-top laugh. I was going for some kind of accurate.
What is it? What is that? I honestly don't know what it means.
It would seem, in other words, if the camera was strapped to his head, pointed at him,
he would be still.
He would seem still, and the world around him would seem to shake.
Yeah.
Shake around.
It's almost like when John Travolta and that chick in Saturday Night Fever were spinning each other.
There you go. That's
how ridiculous must they have looked spinning with the camera?
The only way I could explain it was it's the U2 camera because they've used it in videos. Whatever.
Exactly.
It's just awful.
But they should do that. It'd be really interesting to see him, just kind of still.
I got to spin with the camera.
Was I supposed to pretend the camera's like a chick or something?
Was that awful girl I was with?
Can I kiss this outside my airplane hangar and have a picture taken? Oops.
Another gentleman?
Smoocheroo.
Smoocheroo.
Tisk you.
Tee-hee.
Can I inject L. Ron Hubbard's sperm into my wife and make a evil baby? Hey, Mr. Carter.
Mr. Carter.
Let's say hi to Stuart in Canada, who just has nonsense.
Stuart.
You got nonsense for the show.
All right, Stuart.
Stuart, you're on. Go.
Let her rip. Go.
Right on, buddy. Yeah, no, I just wanted to phone and talk about the 911 thing, because I've been looking into it for a long time myself. And, I tell you, a lot of people are sure down on what they're not up on, because if you looked into all the witnesses that day...
All right, hold on. Did you just say that people are down on what they're not up on?
Yeah, he's got like a whole rap. Let him get to his point.
Yeah, go ahead with the lingo. I like it.
Let's get to the fucking point. The
911.
point is, the planes that hit those buildings weren't even... commercial airliners. They were military aircraft.
Oh, totally.
No windows in them.
Right.
Totally. You could totally tell.
I read that, yeah.
Yep, no windows.
What else?
No, well, what else? The security guards that were working in the building that day, as well as the firemen that went in there, heard explosions in the basement. Even before the second plane hit.
Right.
Well, can I ask one question? Hold on, buddy. I have a question for Stuart, because I know a lot of times I'm down on what I'm not up on. I was watching a special where two parents were talking about the conversation they had with their son, who was on the second plane.
Your son.
And he said that he was describing what was happening. They were flying low. He said to his parents, these two old people, I'm afraid we're going to hit some kind of a building or something like that. And they said right before he died, as they're watching it on TV, he's going, oh my God, because he saw the building.
Yeah.
So, like, how do you explain that, or how do you explain
it's ridiculous
the messages?
It's ridiculous that you need specific.
But I'm curious as to how he would explain that.
Oh, you're right. You know what? That's one of the main things that's bothered me is the fact where did if these people weren't on the plane or they were on the plane, either they were taken off the plane before those buildings hit, or they were put on that military plane.
Yeah.
And they were told.
Yeah, they would take the passengers from some airplane and load them onto a military plane.
That's what I would do. I would just walk into a military plane.
In order to make the cell phone call, even though he can't see out of the window, because apparently he didn't have windows.
Yeah, they wouldn't even know, because they'd be, a regular airplane seat on a plane, or sitting in like a net, like a C-130. They would just be like, oh, this is a different plane.
And do you know there were windows?
There were windows.
I'm just telling you,
and
there
also
were
my
windows.
friend who lived on Varick Street, which is right there, looked out the window with his dad, his old Greek father next to him, just to give you a little detail to make it more authentic. And they saw the second plane hit. They watched it like curve and hit, and they saw an airline plane, and he saw what fucking airline it was.
It's a passenger plane.
The whole thing. Yeah.
My question is this: why do we have to live in a world with guys like this?
He's in Canada.
I don't mind.
And another thing, I mean, there's so much that they're not telling you anyways. I mean,
Stuart, why do you think they're telling you?
Yeah.
What about
Flight 93 that never even hit the fucking ground. Flight 93 was
it never hit the ground. It's still hovering 2 inches above the ground.
So,
if you go there,
so low on fuel.
It's actually a tourist
Where are those
site
people, Stuart?
And hey,
where are those people, Stuart?
I'll tell you where they are. I'll tell you where they are. The government uses them in mind control experiments and fucks around with them. That's what they do.
Totally.
Yeah, right. Our government does that. Your government doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Finally.
No, our government does that, but Canada, you guys just
sit around making.
Canada's just as bad. They're all run by the same fucking bigwig.
You just up there making round bacon and jacking each other off.
Hold on. I've seen the video footage of the Pentagon.
Let me ask you a question.
The hole that hit the Pentagon wasn't even big enough for a plane to hit.
I love this story,
Stuart,
too.
Can I ask Stuart, though, because he might be onto something. What about the messages that people got? Like, the messages people got, like, from people on the planes and stuff. How do you explain? Was that some kind of a voice control thing?
Well, the messages that they got,
or people who talk to their kids. Because they didn't mention, like the odd part, you might be right about being loaded onto a military plane, but he said we were hijacked by Arabic men or whatever. He didn't, like, why wouldn't he mention the loading onto the military plane?
By the way, there was a stopover at a military base.
Yeah, like, why wouldn't he mention that to his parents? Like, why when talking to his parents?
You're right. You know, that's all. Those are all the questions that I don't have myself.
You know what the answer is?
There's no questions you don't have answers to. You have the answer. What you're saying is bullshit.
No, it's not all bullshit.
And what happened was people didn't like. I've looked into it, fucko. And what happened was people that didn't like us flew planes into buildings and they collapsed and killed people.
Your own fucking country doesn't like you. They're a fucking fascist dictatorship. And that's
Shut up! You fucking would have been talking Russian, motherfuckers, if it wasn't for us. You motherfucking Canadian cocksucker! You would have been overrun by the commies if it wasn't for the U.S. of A. right there to your south, you son of a bitch, keeping you safe, you pussy country. What were you gonna send over your goddamn Dudley Do-Right force to take care of the fucking Soviet menace? You cocksucker! Go fuck yourself, you Canuck!
What I love is that during all that, you were looking up at his name on the computer.
I had to. I was all angry with it.
You went
I had to look at his name, and I just had to look at Canada.
I turned to look at the name.
I actually agree with Stuart as far as Flight 93 goes.
Oh, do
I
you?
really believe the plane
still circling.
Still, yeah. No, it got stuck in the suck zone.
The suck zone.
Yeah, no, really. Never hit the ground.
Here's the problem with Stuart. He is like a lot of them are. He
like
wants
the whiskey bottle.
He wants so much to be a part of figuring out something that he wants so badly to stand out. Dude, we've really looked at a lot of this stuff. The reason this stuff mainly got brought up on the show,
same guy,
is I was interested in about the Pentagon questions. So I mentioned it, and I got the answers from a number of different people, and I actually believe the official story on it. You're a little boy who doesn't want to believe what mommy and daddy have told him. And a lot of times that's the right way to be.
It's just weird because it's, again, maybe Bush personally ordered 9/11 to happen, but why say that he did it in this weird way with switching planes?
This twisted switching of planes, mind experiments on people.
If he's fucked up enough to use a military plane, why not pay terrorists that work for his partner? Bin Laden and Bush families are partners in a bunch of ventures. And got his partner to send some terrorists over with the American Airlines plane. Why not that instead of actually they landed in Virginia? Put the passengers for some reason just for continuity.
Yeah, they said they landed somewhere like in
Cleveland on a military plane.
And they painted windows with little heads on the outside.
Waving faces.
And a mural on the side of a military jet.
And they made up the whole, like, the flight, the first flight that hit when she's like, our first has been stabbed. All those calls from the flight attendants
all
that the
fake.
family know.
With all scripted.
That's what I'm talking
Instead
about.
of just doing the obvious.
Little children.
Someone has been stabbed on the plane.
Cut. Like, do they have to get an actor for that? Is she a government employee that say, we need you to pretend you're on a 9/11 flight, but don't tell anybody you did this job? What, can I lift it on IMDb?
No. And you have to do a dead-on impression of that guy's wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have voice technology.
Yeah.
And you have to know everything about her just in case a question comes up. Or
can't be bothered.
What kind of sci-fi is it?
So much work.
It's the easiest answer, people, which is people didn't like us and flew planes into our buildings. That's all. That's all. There's no fucking grand conspiracy.
We've tried
Stop
to give
looking for one.
9/11 conspirators plenty of airtime, and we do yell at them, but there's been plenty of times where
the last time we didn't yell at them. You guys were really You showed a lot of patience, actually. I can't be bothered myself.
Because they're
but you
always
guys-
going to lose.
And you let them talk in circles and just babble, and it's...
When they say things like you're the gatekeeper, like you realize this is what I'm dealing with. You're just a fucking teenager.
Catchphrase.
Who wants so bad, man, to disprove what the dummies believe.
You know, you could sit there and believe the official story from the man.
And read fucking about the JFK assassination too, stupid. Black Dog Man, in reality, would have been 2 feet tall.
Ooh.
Do you understand?
I want to believe in that one, though, Jimmy.
I'm really starting to believe Oswald did it. I mean, believe me, I know a lot about the
Oswald did it.
conspiracy. I'm really starting to believe that it was Oswald.
I want to believe
It was Oswald. They actually a whole thing on HBO. Oswald. It was Oswald. They have a whole thing on HBO where the forensic guy goes back and he's like, "Look, it was one guy. All these shots from one that."
Was it the people that were made out of gelatin and they put them in the car? I saw that one. That was pretty cool.
It's not two gay guys from San Francisco. Let's figure this out. Do you have any gelatin?
And Canada wants to defend itself, by the way. We got Travis in Canada. Travis.
Hey, boys, how you doing?
Hello. Because we do like some of you Canadians.
Just some.
But admit that you would be part of the Soviet Union.
You're saving money on You're saving money on an army because we have one.
Right, exactly.
That's the thing.
Thank you.
Leave
That's
Travis alone.
That's where the free fucking healthcare comes from. The fact that they don't have to pump money into a goddamn army.
Because we do.
They got ours. What, are we going to let a country invade our neighbor to the north?
Travis,
It's not that we like you, Canada. It's national defense. It's true.
Travis is apologizing basically for that Stewart guy.
Fuck Travis.
Travis. What's up, Travis?
Oh, not much. Just, as a fellow Canadian, I want to say that guy's a fucking idiot, man. I mean, as for our army, I agree. We got a couple dories out there with some guys sitting in them with 22s, right, shooting at the enemy. It's kind of a joke, but I don't get where these people get off saying this kind of shit. Like, I wish I had more free time so to think up all these things about UFOs and all these conspiracies, because it really is a joke.
Yes, according to Michio Kaku, UFOs are certainly possible, and unfortunately we can't get him on the show because he's on Good Morning.
UFOs, though, I mean, all the UFOs, some UFO sightings could be real, like the actual
All
account.
UFO sightings are real.
No,
it's just an unidentified flying object.
But I mean, like the
you
actual.
mean flying saucers?
Well, the ones with lights,
spaceships.
the ones that have. Like headlights.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, how do you get a light
ones
bulb?
that have General Electric halogen lamps.
Yeah. It's like, you can actually fly around without being detected by anything.
But you can't see.
But when you get out, dude, turn the lights on. Hit the switch.
You need the lights that go around the thing.
Isn't it remarkable? Yeah, like all the weird science fiction movies just nailed it.
Yeah,
They're actually saucers. They're actually saucers. No, I believe that there's I'm sure there's life on other planets, but nobody in Texas or anywhere in America ever saw a
We don't
fucking
know
flying
that.
saucer.
We don't know that. If we are on the ass end, according to Dr. Kaku, there are many different
Who, by the way, is
universes.
lactose intolerant.
Yes, he is.
Let's not forget. He's a brilliant man, but he has awful milk farts.
Ew.
He has talked about string theory and how there's many different universes.
Yes.
And how there are probably wormholes which connect them. And
I agree with that, but no fucking idiot in Texas saw a fucking
I don't
UFO.
know about that. Maybe that they like to go to Texas because they enjoy the food, Lou.
Sure, they like Tex-Mex.
Like a little Tex-Mex.
Like a
That's right.
little barbecue.
They don't like black people, and they enjoy barbecue. What better place to go?
The only place you can get barbecue and avoid the Negroes is Texas. Is all of Texas.
Squeezing my cock right now.
Oh,
You're always squeezing your cock.
Why, Jimmy?
He's just pinching the head of it, too, like it's a friend. Like a little kid.
I can come without touching my dick.
What?
Hold on. Are you guys message board guys?
Hi. There's 3 guys at the end of the bench as if they're making room for a bunch of hot babes that are going to show up.
Like there's a bunch of fucking
never
blowjobs on their way.
The one guy in the front looks like he just killed some girl.
Hold on a minute. Tom in New Hampshire brings up a very good point. Tom?
Hey, Bobby, I just wanted to ask you if you think that there are any werewolves involved in 9/11. Punch it out, guys.
Yeah, Bob. Once again, the werewolf thing. You really creep everybody out. You've heard this, right, Louis?
No.
Bobby swears when he was in Iraq doing his duty for this country.
Yeah.
Telling dick jokes. He saw an actual werewolf.
I won't deny the dick joke part.
Yeah.
I don't know if... Look, let's put it this way. It wasn't a dog. It wasn't. And I turned to a Marine, okay, who didn't smile the whole time we were over there.
Yeah.
Okay, he was just there to protect us. I go, what was that? He goes, I don't know.
What, like you saw a hairy person?
No, it was like a wolf with a man chest and like a man torso. And it was like higher off the ground.
It's
like
an Arab gentleman.
It was actually.
Don't you understand? They look like that.
It's just
Arab gentleman.
Gentleman.
Just a thin, barrel-chested Arab gentleman.
Could have been something else there, Bob. Why werewolf?
Well, because a werewolf looks like, is half man, half wolf.
Could it just be a wolf?
No, it had the were in it.
It had to have a were.
You sure it's that W-H-E-R-E? Maybe someone was looking for a wolf.
Werewolf. Jesus. All right, well.
Maybe it was just a deformed Iraqi baby.
Something like that. Probably just some hairy
what
savage.
if they did crossbreed some it was in the palace, like Uday's palace.
Right. They had animals. Didn't they have their own zoo or something?
They had a zoo, yeah. And the thing,
probably saw a monkey.
But this is the thing, is that when the Americans got there, as soon as Uday knew that, they were coming and they were going to take over the palace, he let all the animals out. Like everything.
Right.
And they actually told us when we got there, be careful of lions, because there's a few lions running around the compound. We haven't caught them yet.
Yeah.
Like they went around just shooting all the animals, like the ostriches and the giraffes. They just killed every
ostrich. Get those ostriches.
Definitely.
They are very dangerous.
I hope it was a neck shot.
They have a
I know.
The thing would just tip over his head.
His neck just bent in half, and he was looking at his own asshole for an hour and a half.
As he bled out.
He just felt silly. This is embarrassing.
What is this?
Let's go to Rick in Dub Bronx. Rick.
Ramon, Canadians are a bunch of free-loading, free-movement motherfuckers!
He doesn't like Canada.
I think he likes Canada.
Yeah. And of course, all the people saying they physically saw the plane hit. Yes, we don't need your calls today. We're right there
physically
with you.
Of course.
How else do you hear it? See it with your fucking mind? You theoretically saw it? Fuck you right in the mouth.
Let's go to Jared in New Hampshire. Jared.
Hey, what's up, guys? Love you. Love the show. Linger longer. About the UFOs, man. I think they're not aliens. I'm thinking they're people from the future coming back to check in on us.
Ah.
Right.
And wait, whoa.
Got the sports book.
Wait a minute. If they're coming back
bet
to the
on
future, maybe they could have planted explosives inside the World Trade Center, and maybe they could have taken people and put them on fucking time machines and said,
right.
Oh my God, the Canucks
This is the story of Biff Tannen.
Sir, you mock it. Einstein did not believe time travel was possible. However, they've theorized. I think Einstein did say that if the universe was round, somehow circular, and you could travel around it, you would come back technically before you had left. So the time travel is possible.
Yeah, well, he was a Jew.
Can you do me a
with
favor?
messy hair.
Can I just say something?
Listen to him. Fucking Jew without a comb. Shut the fuck up.
If time travel was possible, I'd go back around 10 minutes ago before Norton called me over to
himself
look.
an erection?
Yeah, he gave himself an erection and then
And he's
moved it
making us
without
look
touching
at
it. But he's moving it in his pants without touching it.
It's got the twitch.
Yeah,
it really does.
It's the Michael J. Hard-on.
Is a little leftover Cialis in your system there, Jimmy?
Oh, a lot of it.
A lot of it?
Oh, boy. No, I'm just having a good day. Feel good.
Feels good to be all just...
It feels good just to have what I call a juicy mouthful. Anybody want a juicy mouthful?
No.
Nice.
You can see the shape of the helmet through his jeans. Just shifted to
You
the
look
Louis
hard
side.
enough. I stopped looking.
I'm not even hard. It's not even hard.
Ago.
Look, yeah, Bob, Taylor, watch. Let me flex it.
It actually
Why are
has
you
more-
doing that?
It actually has more muscle than his arm.
Oh, God.
I bet your dick could curl more than your arm.
Right, same joke twice Fridays.
Hey, you know what? It was very Voss-like, wasn't it? I should have spit when I said it.
Bob, Puddle of AIDS came up with a great idea for us today. We're trying to show you something.
What?
Can't find the long one right now. No, that's a shitty one.
Long one.
All right, hold on.
What's
Not
up?
that one. You know the one.
I'm looking.
Let
me get the link.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Keep talking.
Fans.
No.
Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing.
Make it up.
Phone.
Oh, no, that one.
It's not talking, Bobby. You gonna be on tonight?
Yeah.
I mean, on Call of Duty 4?
Oh, yeah. The new clan sign is you hold your wrist limply.
Yeah.
And for life. Hold up the L for life. Huh?
I have to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I've removed the gay from my noodles name.
But you haven't removed it from your soul.
Or your life. Or your asshole. Take it out of your asshole, kid.
I was just getting too pissed off trying to get into games and having people boot me out because I got gay in front of my name. It's a very homophobic
all you have to do
group
is go,
of people. I sit there and go, join game, and it'd be like, oh, gay in the room.
Well, why don't you
boom, and I'm booted out.
Well, exactly. That's why you stick with the gays. You stay
Why?
with us.
Then I sit there and try to fucking get into a game, and I gotta spend a half hour trying to fucking
change your
get in a
name
game.
after you're in?
No, I've just removed the gay from the beginning of my name.
You should put the gay back in, because the fun still is them getting beat by a gay guy.
I'd rather just put the N-word. Something like that.
I like gay Anthony. I think it's hilarious. And you should go, oh, go on, guys. And be like over the top.
Well, we do.
Take that.
It's fun. Let me tell you something. It's fun when you're in the big group.
And
when
win.
we have a team and it's just and every name has gay in front of it. And you sit there and they team you up with a bunch of other guys and you're going, hi, fellas. Good job.
They get so mad.
They get all mad. It's like, I'm not playing with a bunch of faggots.
But they're so, they really are just racist. And the black guys are the worst. Yo, motherfucker, fuck you faggots.
Oh, well,
and then we beat them.
Yeah.
And then right at the end, we all make sounds like we're sucking cock. We're like,
it's so weird. But there's this whole world of fucking conflict going on. It's just a bunch of fucking people sitting in chairs getting all clammy.
It is the most sexist, homophobic, racist environment I've ever been in my life is playing Call of Duty 4 live online.
It's worse than CB radios.
You will hear fucking just like the N-words being thrown around at every turn.
Yeah. Well, maybe
little kids
like that's like not even what's wrong with it. It's just such a huge way. People are just sitting in chairs.
Well, if you don't,
Anthony, it's extremely
Anthony,
fun.
if you don't want to hear the N-word, just shut your mic off.
Yeah, well,
plug your own ears.
Little kids that are on there are just like the potty mouth. Yeah. Oh, go fuck your mother's cunt, you fucking. And they're like, it's this little kid voice. I'm like, does your mother know you're fucking even talking like that?
But then you hear them. But then you hear them hacking the universe.
Dude, I went on the line last night and I got into the GSP9 server and those guys are real dumb. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about?
Little geniuses.
And Bob,
Super kids.
We got something for Bob. Where's Sam?
What's up?
Oh, we got it.
What is it?
Danny, get over there.
I was just a fucking puking thing. You're gonna make me puke again? Jesus Christ.
Jesus, what's wrong with you?
No, this is Discovery Channel.
Why would we continue doing the same bit over and over again?
I noticed that when Opie was you were making a hand signal to him to get the video camera.
The old school
he
camera.
did like a movie camera with a crank.
I went crank. Oh my God.
Get out that old tin Lizzie
camera.
Here we are.
How else do you do
this?
I know. I don't know either.
I didn't know what to do.
No, so when you
roll
down,
call me out on that one.
But it's like rolling down a window in a car. You still do the crank.
You can just point to him.
Do we have audio for this guy too?
Bob.
What happened to show prep? What happened to show prep?
Do we have that disc where we have the audio?
That would. That's assuming we had it.
Oh God!
Over here.
Can you guys come in like an hour early and just find some shit?
We do.
Football is like.
Okay, is that it?
What is it?
Okay, it's just a guy on Discovery Channel.
Ready?
Yes.
I don't.
It's just audio or it's
video.
No, it's good. There it is.
It's just somebody gonna puke, right?
No, Bob.
What is it?
Relax.
Is it the guy with the moles in his face?
No, moles.
Opie, stop. Can we just stop before you play it? Opie, I want you to go home and
shut up, Bob.
You sing your sentences when you lie.
I hate that you got. Is that his tell?
Yeah, he goes, no. We got
good. Bob is one of the only people to figure out my tell. I hate you for that. And I forgot you know that. I got to figure something out.
Can we please put music behind Opie's lying?
All right.
Honey, I didn't cheat on you.
Bob, just check this out.
Never happened.
Bob, check this out. Really.
All right, Lisbon, Portugal, so you know it's going to suck.
It's UFOs.
It's not a UFO, you jackass.
Yeah, you'll see.
They don't have mystery is waking up.
Oh my God.
No big deal.
Yeah, this.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, this don't.
That'll help. That water will help.
So when I wake up,
I wash my face.
And then I kill myself.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that don't bug me.
Tumors on his face.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with this shit. Oh my God.
Then I cut a piece off of my face and I eat it.
Put it with my eggs.
I wonder if he actually combs his hair.
Because I start dribbling.
Why bother?
Did it look like he was cut a piece of his face off?
Look at his lips.
Sometimes the veins start to
Look at that lip.
Jose struggles with the simplest of day-to-day
cheese
tasks.
on it so
His
it
bottom
smells
jaw
better?
looks like Madam from Whalen Flowers.
Yeah,
Would you bite that? Imagine biting
Jose
that,
has
though.
close-knit friends and family.
I want tea.
His sister Gida and her daughter, 9-year-old Rafaela.
She subjects her
arrived
daughter to
help
that
prepare food.
It's normal. You have a friend. It's like football. It's like talk with friends. I think
He is like a football.
Don't pick it.
Gida juggles running a hairdresser's with cooking and cleaning.
I drink for breakfast, too. Last bottle of wine on the table.
God, this whole family's got to be skinny. How do you possibly eat around this thing?
No way to eat.
It's a great diet.
I
have an uncle with fucking diarrhea for a face.
Not a pound overweight, are you?
When I drink on one side.
Is his mouth on the left side right there?
We don't know.
Who knows?
He's just shoving it in stuff.
He's going to stick his head out the window and birds are going to land on it and shit on it.
Since he was a teenager, Jose has been losing his face to this life-threating tumor.
When is it going to be life-threatening?
That's great.
It's still in the life-threatening stage? That's amazing.
Long.
Get your head out of the window, you fucking selfish asshole.
Really, the people out there.
People walk by.
Human beings are outside.
You don't deserve fresh air.
It really does look like a beehive.
Jesus.
In the afternoon, Jose travels into Lisbon to pass time
To horrify people.
To remind people what an asshole God is.
He was into
I get upset because the people, they come here, take a photo, don't say anything, and go.
Is that right?
A preacher.
Nice hat.
But he puts a hat out for a dime. Yeah.
I want to be able to talk to my friends, talk to everyone, and be able to cure my eyes. I want to travel, to see what I've not seen.
Travel back to your home planet.
like red lumpy shit in front of your eyes.
A member of the public trying to take a picture. Jose has had enough. He leaves the square with his nephew, Diogo.
What did he think?
Another victim of his
Nephew always walks in front of him like they're not together.
I'd
understand if you had a large mole on your face, but Jesus, dude.
No.
Yeah.
He's a monster in a sweater.
Right.
I like how it bounces, though.
Oh, look at him.
What was he going to hit?
I wouldn't hit anyone if I was you.
Yeah, it's very jiggly.
Why are you gonna use, don't use your fist, use your tumor.
Just upset by the day's events, Jose becomes angry and
You don't want
frustrated.
anyone punching you in the face. That whole thing is going to
He's
just
trying to prove he's not invisible.
Squish it with your feet and make wine out of it. It comes out.
He feels that people see only his condition and not the man behind the face.
Well, then stay home.
Jesus Christ, just put a fucking Nixon mask over it. Don't bother people. Don't get mad at people for noticing that you're fucking horrid. Jesus.
Is he holding it?
Oh, he's got to touch it all the time.
You think he's got a food pocket?
And annoyed. If it wasn't for the
He's a brain face. He looks smart.
He gets so
Really smart.
Hey, could you calculate some mathematics for me, brain?
His face looks like kid cereal.
Cranberry tumor crunch.
It's like a bag of potatoes that I forgot about for 6 months.
Potato eye face. He's got just a piece of cauliflower up top.
Oh, he's awful. His face looks healthy.
His nose.
That's his nose.
From breathing.
That's his nose way down there. You guys see this
I
video?
think it's a very important consultation.
No face,
because it can define the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Be great if the doctor walked in with a fucking
doctors save his life
solution.
and give Jose back his face.
You might have won the game, but you lose in life.
Yeah, you might have won the dominoes game.
He's playing dominoes.
That's just fucking brutal.
I won. Yeah, but look at your face.
Yeah, but life hates you.
Did you?
Did you really win?
The domino effect is this. They should push his mother into drinking during pregnancy, and she tumbles into him and the rest of his life. That's what happens.
That's it.
It's not, guys, it's not funny.
Yeah.
It's not funny. It's not funny. Got a brain face.
What's weird is this kind of thing always happens to like some fucking dude in an ugly sweater in Lisbon. Like why doesn't it happen to like the president? Imagine if like the president got a mole and then it just became
it turned into big tumor face,
shit face.
And he was such a great president. You got to keep him in there.
Yeah, and you're like, God, and he's got him. Oh man, the president's face is fucking.
He actually has
turning into elephant shit.
A nose holder.
Jesus.
Why don't we take a presidential nose holder?
Yes. Hang on. What I was trying to say.
Why don't we take our first break here at XM?
That's right.
We got Louis C.K. playing Cleveland and Buffalo and elsewhere.
Diabetes. Right? That's right. February 14th, Buffalo.
That's Valentine's Day, though.
Yeah, that's right. Cleveland, I don't care.
Special Valentine's Day show?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and say that.
Okay.
That's fine. It's a special Valentine's Day show where I'll be mentioning everything but Valentine's Day. All right. As a tribute.
And you can call
February 14th in Buffalo.
You can call. I'm sorry. You can call the Maxwell Show in Cleveland, 800-348-1007. Just don't curse on the air, because that will wreck their show.
Yes, just remind them that I'm going to be there on the 15th.
That's right.
Sure. At the Playhouse.
And I'll be there on the 29th in the House of Blues. Both shows are sold out. Don't say cunt.
You get 2 shows sold out already?
Of course.
That's great.
It's been sold out.
Good for you.
And
I'm fucking Cleveland Jimmy.
You're at the Improv, Bob?
Yeah, in the month Improv.
All right. We're going to take a break and continue with the show. What does this mean?
By the way, can I correct Bob real quick? On your that doesn't sound like cocksucking.
No.
No, you gotta do like this. Like, listen. And then like this.
Oh God, Jimmy.
And then
Jimmy, you don't.
Make this noise. And then, so are you gonna call me later? Damn it. That sucks. I hate that.
Okay.
No more fucking each other.
Well, what about the end?
I told you.
What about the end? What happens at the end?
Wait, no, look.
See, I'm going to hear that next time a woman's blowing me in 2048.
Just think of a little baby face with small little lumpy ears.
I gotta go record a promo. Come fuck me for it. Come on, for real.
All right, we got to figure out what this means, and we'll be back with the Opie and Anthony show. Stay there.
The Opie and Anthony show.
It's all about slut, skank hoes,
dirty pussy turkey meatloaf,
pussy hair and sparkle shit on the tip of her ass.
How about a pulpy tampon with some sausage links next to it?
Yeah.